Chapter 191 Shell Sensei Skill Synthesis. On a careless whim, I had Shell, the intelligent interface, separate herself from Wisdom Lord Raphael. Her official title now seems to be Mana's Divine Wisdom Core, a sentient core, one could say. Similar to a spiritual life form, she can't physically manifest by her will alone. She now exists solely to think, having become an entity of pure consciousness. She resides within my soul, a sort of second heart. Though, to be precise, it's not an actual heart, but more like a second center of self-awareness. Now then, what became of Wisdom Lord Raphael? Just as I was wondering whether Raphael had been reduced to a mere high-speed calculator. Master, regarding the pending synthesis of remaining skills, what is your decision? I forgot about that. There was a lot going on, and I never actually got around to starting the process. If I recall correctly, the plan was to combine Covenant King Oriel and Storm King Veldora to produce Stellar Wind King Hastur. Also, after absorbing Vilgrind, the Scorched Dragon, I acquired the ultimate skill, Scorched King Vilgrind. With Emperor Rudragon, Vilgrind had returned to a released state through my Scorched Dragon release. I hadn't checked, but I assumed Charity King Raguel had been analyzed already as well. At this point, I had around 5 or 6 ultimate skills. Moreover, thanks to Food Chain, I'd acquired abilities from my evolving subordinates, though not all of them transferred, of course. It's not like I can make full use of so many skills. Might as well synthesize them. We're not in a battle right now, so there's no risk. But could combining top-tier skills like Scourge King Vilgrind and Gluttony King Belzebuth actually create something new? I vaguely recalled something Guy said during our tea party about the sin skills being part of a series. Should I go ahead with the synthesis? But aren't the sin and virtue angel series kind of a big deal? There is no issue, as higher tier abilities collecting all 7 of either series unlocks racial evolution limits. The Sin series applies to demons, and the Virtue series to angels. That's likely why Guy Crimson brought Leon under his wing to prevent the enemy from completing the Virtue set. I see, so completing the set lifts racial evolution restrictions? That must come after a soul-based evolution. Correct. Currently, demons have their evolution path sealed, but through Master's naming and soul offerings, a select few have broken past that limit. Angels, on the other hand, do not have sealed evolution, but their free will is sealed. Unfortunately, Angra Mainyu likely found a way to bypass that. For example, by dominating the mind of someone incarnated in an angel body, they could use angelic powers that way. That explains a lot. No wonder angels always seemed oddly weak. Losing their will made them incomplete. Compared to the demons who did have free will, their existence felt unnatural. On the flip side, demon evolution was strange too. Even the oldest demons couldn't evolve beyond Archdemon tier. Why couldn't they reach Demon Noble? It turns out that both sides had been artificially capped to maintain balance. Sounds like Beldanab was doing. In fact, there might have only been a single true Demon Noble in the underworld, designated as the administrator. Recently born archdemons and veterans like Diablo or Testarossa had charisma leagues apart. That's only natural. True evolution wasn't possible on its own. Rumor has it that collecting all 7 Sin series skills is the only way to evolve further. Now that I think about it, Guy showing up right after I gained a bunch of demon nobles makes more sense. All the angels had been enslaved by Justice King Michael, their will sealed. But if someone were to collect all 7 virtue skills, those wills would be released. Rather than becoming angels, it would be like gaining control of one's with free will. Whoever achieves this first will hold the advantage. That's why Guy was so adamant about gathering the sin skills and brought Leon with an angel-type skill to sabotage the other side. There may even be a group trying to complete the Virtue series right now. Wait, hold on. Wasn't Rudra the one leading those mindless angels? That would mean the seal on the angels' wheels came first, and the demon seal was created to balance it, and giving Rudra Justice King Michael might have just been a bonus. Well, no point overthinking it now. Whatever the purpose behind the Sin and Virtue series, it doesn't really concern me directly. Demon evolution hasn't been an issue for me anyway. Looks like there's no real downside. Alright, I'll leave it to you. Wait. Understood. Beginning process immediately. Looking back, I should have known better. How many times had I regretted saying leave it to you? Yet here, I was doing it again. Before I could stop her, Shell, fully prepared and brimming with enthusiasm, initiated synthesis at lightning speed. It felt like she'd been poised in a stay position the whole time, waiting for my signal to pounce. I could already tell she was doing something tremendous, but I gave up trying to stop her. Surprisingly, the synthesis didn't knock me into sleep mode this time. That's good. If I'd pass out during battle, even I would have been mad. It took over 48 hours, but I went about my normal life during that time without issue. So, how did it go? Delighted by my interest, Shell cheerfully reported the results. First, by synthesizing Wisdom Lord Raphael and Gluttony King Beelzebub, we created. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a second. What did she just say? Did she really just toss Wisdom Lord Raphael, her own original body, into the synthesis? She looked at me like, is that a problem? Of course it's a problem. Still, I calmed down and went into question and answer mode. Sure enough, I wasn't mistaken. She really had used it. Even though I had sort of anticipated it, it still hit hard. After confirming the results with Shell Sensei, I realized I really should have reviewed the plan beforehand. My abilities had completely transformed. Calling this a synthesis felt like an understatement. It was more like a transcendence. Status update. Name, Rimuru Tempest. Species, Ultimate Slime. Divine Blessing, Great Demon Lord's Blessing. Title, Great Demon Lord. Magic, True Dragon Magic, Upper Tier Spirit, and Demon Summoning. Skills, Manas, Shell, Thought Acceleration, Appraisal, Parallel Processing, Fusion, Separation, Trant Annulment, All of Creation, Food Chain, etc. Ultimate Skills, Void God as a Thought, Soul Consumption, Turn Null, Imaginary Room, Space-Time Control, Multidimensional Barrier, True Dragon Release, True Dragon Core Transformation, Harvest Lord Shab Nigorath, Skill Creation, Skill Duplication, Skill Gifting, Skill Bank, Normal Skills, Universal Perception, Great Demon Lord's Hockey, Universal Body Transformation, Combat Skills, Law Manipulation, Element Alteration, Telepathy Control, Clairvoyance, Resistances, Nullification, Physical Attacks, Natural Elements, Abnormal Status, Mental Attacks, Resistance, Hybrid Attacks. So yeah, not a simple upgrade. The most shocking thing wasn't even that she used Raphael. It was how casually she discarded all unnecessary skills without a second thought. Also, my title changed from Demon Lord to Great Demon Lord, and I now possess Divine Blessing instead of Divine Protection. I've gone from being protected to being the one giving protection. Previously, Bildar and I shared protection and blessing, but that's no longer possible. The voice of the world notified me of the title change, subtly, of course. As for my new ultimate skills, first, Void God as a Thought, born from Raphael and Beelzebub. It seems that Storm King Valdor and Scorch King Velgrind were also consumed in the process with only key abilities inherited. I lost summoning functions, but they were time limited anyway, so no big loss. Instead, release abilities improved drastically. True Dragon Core transformation literally creates a blade core from a true dragon, though I'll need their consent to use it. Thankfully, I can also create pseudo cores, toned down, expandable versions with 5% of the original power. Still immensely useful. Belgrin's pseudo scourge cores can be produced too, but getting her consent is very unlikely, so that might be off the table. The real highlight, though, is the core skill set of Azathoth. Soul consumption, upgraded from predation, consumes body and soul. Turn null, devastating energy from a chaotic nuclear dimension. Imaginary room, isolated dimension, upgraded version of stomach. Plus isolate, space-time control, enables instant travel by wheel, multi-dimensional barrier, constantly active layered defense via dimensional gaps. Frankly, I wasn't expecting upgrades of this level. Whatever happened to Stellar Wind Lord Hastur? I didn't even have the energy to joke about it, as a thought alone made everything else feel unnecessary. As for the second skill, Harvest Lord Shab Nigurath, it acts like a storage and distribution center for all the leftover abilities. It exists entirely for the benefit of my followers. Skill creation, generate new skills from analyzed data. Skill duplication, clone existing skills. Skill gifting, grant or remove cloned skills from others. Skill bank, convert skills to data for indefinite storage and reproduction. Now even the massive number of absorbed skills are stored neatly and efficiently. More importantly, I can now grant powerful gifts to my followers. Though compatibility must be considered, it's not like just anyone can handle these god-tier abilities. The finer details, I'll leave it to Shell. Her obsession with remodeling still persists, though even she has limits. Still, the two new skills acquired this time are incredible. Compared to before the synthesis, everything feels massively overpowered. I initially thought it was overkill, but with the looming confrontation with Angla Mainyo, I re-evaluated. I want to put an end to this mess and finally enjoy life here. And so my ability synthesis, courtesy of Shell Sensei, is complete. At the same time, the evolution of the executives concluded. Each underwent compatibility adjustments and optimization under Shell Sensei's guidance. And surprisingly, the effects of gifting played a role too. Everyone except Sean has ascended for some reason. Her case remains a mystery. Let's look at the results. Benimaru, Flare Lord, King of Vermilion Rage Species. Flame Spirit Uni, Upper Tier Divine Monster Spirit. Ultimate Skill, Blazing Sun, Lord Amaterasu. Abilities, Thought Acceleration, Unifying Command, Light and Heat Control, Space Manipulation, Multi-Layered Barrier, Resistances, Physical, Elemental, Status, Mental, and Hybrid Immunity. Benimaru fully evolved into a spiritual life form, discarding his physical body. Though not quite on par with true dragons, he's now an elemental divine spirit. His strength surpasses that of an awakened demon lord, arguably putting him ahead of even Zijin. Currently, the top three are Benimaru, Diablo, and Zijin. Zoe, Darkness, Master of the Dark, Species, Dark Spirit Oni, Middle Tier, Divine Monster Spirit, Ultimate Gift, Shadow Moon Lord Tsukuyomi. Abilities, One Hit Kill, Parallel Existence, Eye of the Moon, Information Gathering akin to High Tier Observation Magic. Resistances, Complete Immunity to Physical, Elemental, Mental, and Abnormal Statuses. Zoe evolved alongside Benimaru, becoming a half-spiritual life form. Though his energy level is lower, his skills make him a powerful counterpart. As Tempest Intelligence and Surveillance Specialist, he truly lives up to his title. Ranga, Star-Lord, Stellar Wolf King. Species, Wind Spirit Wolf. Upper Tier Divine Monster Spirit. Ultimate Skill, Stellar Wind, Lord Hastur. Abilities, Weather Control, Space Control, Multi-Layered Barrier. Resistances, same as Benimaru. Ranga now embodies the essence of wind itself. He ascended to a half spiritual life form, a perfect fit for him. His evolution makes him a force of nature, but it raises questions about whether Gupta can still keep up. Gabil, Drug Lord, Heavenly Dragon King, Species, Dragon Youth, Humanoid Dragon, Ultimate Gift, Parrot Star, the Frivolous. Abilities, Bishop Manipulation, Rewrite Fate, Space Manipulation. Resistances, high-level defenses with manifestable dragon scale armor. Though Gabil didn't gain an ultimate skill, Parrot Star offers powerful and unpredictable effects. Bishop Manipulation sabotages foes, and Rewrite Fate can cancel one disaster per day. Whether he can truly utilize it remains to be seen. His potential is high if he grows into it. Gerudo, Barrier Lord, King of Protection, Species, High Orc. Ultimate Gift, Gourmet King Beelzebub. Abilities, Devour, Corrode, Iron Wall, Defense Enhancement, Battle Skills, Full Body Armor, Foul Breath, Resistances, extremely high across the board. A defensive powerhouse, Gerudo's abilities now rival my own. Gluttony King, Beelzebub. Albeit a tier below, his corrosive attacks give him strong offensive capabilities too. Against foes like the Fallen Angels, Gerudo can hold his ground even in solo combat. Kumara, Chimera Lord, Ruler of Mythical Beasts, Species, Earth Spirit Beast, Upper Tier Divine Monster Spirit. Ultimate Skill, Mythical Beast, Lord Bahamut. Abilities, Gravity Control, Space Control, Minion Fusion, Resistances, excellent, especially in Elemental Defense. Kumara's growth was astounding. She now commands 12 distinct minions and can combine their powers into one formidable entity. Though not yet at the top tier, her potential is sky high. Even more impressive, she gained her ultimate skill largely through instinct and intelligence. Zijin, Mist Lord, Illusory King. Species, Water Spirit Insect, Upper Tier Divine Monster Spirit, Ultimate Skill, Illusion Lord, Mephisto. Abilities, Illusion World, Mental Domination, Space-Time Control, Resistance, Full Suit of Immunities. Zijin evolved into a pure water elemental spiritual life form. Dense water molecules form his new body. He still wears that adamantite exoskeleton I gave him, but if he discarded it, he'd be fully spiritual. With Illusion World, he controls entire environments. His strength is formidable. What we've seen so far is just the surface. Adalman, Gehenna Lord, Species, Death Spirit, Middle Tier, Spirit Monster. Ultimate Gift, Book of Magic, Necronomicon. Abilities, instant death, mental destruction, total analysis, resistances, strong magic, and mental immunity. Adalman truly embodies the image of a demon lord, dark, enigmatic, and deadly. He isn't built for close combat, but his magic, especially instant death, makes him devastating against large enemies. Alongside Gadra Roshi, he delves deep into magical research. Albert, now fully bound to Adalman, received his own ultimate gift, the undying immortal. His soul is anchored to Adalman, making his body virtually indestructible. Though, if Adalman dies, he perishes too. Diablo, Demon Lord, Majin King, Species, Demon God, Highest Tier, Demonic Spirit, Ultimate Skill, Temptation King Azazel, Abilities, Penalty Domination, Temptation World, Space-Time Control, Resistances, Maximum Tier, among all my subordinates, Diablo stands unrivaled. His power, versatility, and intellect are unmatched. Though a battle maniac at heart, he's utterly dependable. His sparring matches with Zijan and Benimaru help keep his urges in check. The three demonesses, Testarossa, Killer Lord, Ultimate Skill, Hell King Belial, Ultima, Pain Lord, Ultimate Skill, Poison King Samael, Carrera, Menace Lord, Ultimate Skill, Extinction King Abaddon. These three unlocked and mastered their ultimate skills during the Empire conflict, likely drawing on lifetimes of accumulated experience. Their raw power and refined abilities make them deadly assets under my command. Veldora Tempest, Storm Dragon, Species, True Dragon, Highest Tier, Divine Monster Spirit, Ultimate Skill, Chaos Lord, Nyarlathotep, Abilities, Probability Manipulation, Parallel Existence, Space-Time Control, Resistances, Absolute. Veldora's growth has been incredible. With Parallel Existence, he can create up to 2 clones using my energy. He can push it to 4 with Vilgrin's help, but that would drain us both. Still, his battle potential is overwhelming. I only hope he doesn't go overboard as he tends to. With the executive's ascensions complete and Krishna's arrival, we finalized the handover and made our way back to Tempest. The future remains uncertain, but with this level of strength, I'm confident we can face what's to come. End of chapter 191.